Welcome to Made to Make. Here we talk about creativity, the challenges that come with it, and why we keep showing up anyway. Because hey, we are all made to make. Welcome to the Made to Make podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Grissom. Today's guest is Tiffany Waugh, and you know, her creativity knows no boundaries. From painting and digital art to mosaics and fiber arts, Tiffany follows inspiration wherever it leads. Welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you. It's so good to be here with you, Shannon.
Yay! I'm so excited. So I want to start at the beginning. As a kid, were you always creating? What was your childhood like?
Yes, I was always creating. My grandmother was actually an artist, and I have pictures of her sitting in our like lounge chair, and I'm sitting on her lap, and she's teaching me how to crochet, and I'm in a diaper, so I'm like 2. And then I know she was like, "You are gonna be an artist just like me." And so she would teach me how to do art while my mom was working. And I also have some pictures, or they're not pictures, they're little pieces of paper that I drew like circles, and I was drawing all these little characters on them. And she wrote at the top, Tiffany, age 14 months, drawing circles. And I was
Wow.
like, I know, I recently found those. And then she did I found that, and it's in my parents' garage, but I want to save it and frame it. I really want to frame that. That's cute. So yeah, I've always been creative. I got the bug very young. I want to send you a picture of a portrait she did of me, and I'm probably 2. And then all around me are my drawings of little characters.
Oh, how cool.
It's really sweet. So I'll send that to you.
Oh my God, that's great. You totally had a creative upbringing.
Yeah, I did.
So you work in so many different mediums. What draws you to each one?
I don't know. It's like I see other people make something, and I go, oh, I want to do that. I don't know if it's like I want to collect the mediums and try them all out. I'm not sure. There's just this, like, I love to watercolor, and it's like I see somebody do something, and then I want to try doing that. And then I see somebody make something out of mosaic. I want to try doing that. You know, I just want to see what it's like to make it, I guess. And then if it clicks with me and it's easy to make, or, you know, it brings me peace, it brings me joy, then I'll keep using it. I love using so many things.
Do you start with like a clear vision of what you want to create, or do you just start creating and see what happens?
I do both, depending on the things. If I make a neurographic doodle, which I don't know if you know, it's like a Zen tangle.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I do that, I don't go in with a plan, usually. I just start making something, which I love doing. And then if I have a moment that I want to capture, then I go in with a plan. And if I take a big canvas, I got to find the right canvas and everything. And then I start, actually I started not sketching first. I've just started painting and then making it like layer up, if that makes sense.
It does.
I used to spend a lot of time sketching first, then painting, and then outlining. And it was just like, I don't have enough life to give to this anymore. Like, I just want to just get it on there. Stop worrying about all those details first. That I spent too much time doing that. So now I paint sorry.
No, you know what? I too started doing a very detailed planning, very detailed drawing, and then almost like coloring by the time you get to that point.
Yeah.
And now I just start painting and see what happens.
Right.
But I want to get back to your neurographic doodles, because when I was looking at your color book, the first thing I saw was, oh, she's doing neurographics in her coloring book. So tell me how that came about.
Okay. Well, that's, I love that. How that came about was I started giving more time to my kids to go do the activities that they want to do. They're 13, 10, and 9. And I was kind of the mom who was like, I can only handle one big event a day. And then as they got older, I was like, you know what? They need to be doing their own thing. And so then I became a chauffeur. But I can't just sit there. I can't just sit there and watch them do karate for an hour. So I decided to buy a journal from Ross. It was so cheap. It was only $4.99, but really thick, good paper. I got a pack of pens, and then everywhere I went and sent them, I would sit and, I have to sit there and watch them. So I'm sitting there watching, and in an hour I would get done a whole page of a neurographic doodle. I would scour Pinterest for ideas, and then just whatever came to me, I would just do it there. And so, now the parents are watching me do this, and the kids are saying, what is that? I like that. And then so many people were noticing how, I don't know, kind of like crochet. You can just kind of zone out. You can be there around everybody, but you can be alone doing your own thing. And I just got a lot of feedback that people would like to color them. So I stopped coloring them, and I just started outlining them and just keeping them black and white with coloring in mind. And then I made a book. I just told my husband, I want to make a coloring book. Let's do it. He was like, okay. So he got it up there on Amazon for me.
Well, I like that that you have left a page blank on each side so that it's not going to bleed through, so that people,
right. Yeah, I like to, and that depends on, what I really want to do? I want to take my own coloring book now, and I need to take all the different mediums that I have, crayons, colored pencils, all the different Posca pens, and see how it reacts with the paper. Because it's just, I don't know, I didn't get to choose the paper. Amazon chooses that. So I'd like to see what happens, and then maybe get with a company to make it better quality paper. I even saw there was a book in Barnes and Noble that was a coloring book with watercolor paper, and I was like, hold on, I would like to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to contact that, but I got the information on the back of who published it, and I'd like to contact them and see about making that happen, because that would be awesome if you could watercolor the neurographic doodles. That's even better. I love that.
Well, for those, I've done a lot of neurographics. It's a great way of working through things. So for those people who have no idea what we're talking about, can you explain neurographic doodles?
I'll try. I know that it's for me, I'll just explain what happens to me.
Okay.
When I do them, it's like our neurons in our brain are creating a puzzle and then solving a puzzle. That's how I try to explain it to other people, because it's so any intersection that is made, you round it out. And I think that's what draws me to mosaics, because it's the same thing. It's fitting these pieces that you want into a puzzle, but you're drawing it and then making it look like stones or something sitting next to each other, or circles that are sitting next to that weren't there a second ago, and now they're there, and you created it. I don't know. And it's something with our eyes, our brains, our hands, doing all of that together that helps with our memory, helps us calm down, helps steady our breathing, helps us sit there in a room full of people and not feel intimidated or scared or anxious. All of those feelings kind of and I get a lot of voices. That sounds crazy. I don't have voices in my head, but a lot of worries, a lot of thoughts, a lot of to-do lists, all the things are all buzzing around. I sit down and I just give myself the time to do that, and it's they go away. It's quiet. I don't know. It's like I have I'm focusing on something else, and I can only focus on that instead of all the other things buzzing around.
I love it. It's great for all those reasons, and I also use it as a tool for self-discovery to open up new, say this 3 times fast, new neural pathways.
Yes.
But like I'll pick a topic. Let's say I'm stuck with something, and I'm stuck on what to do next, or I'm processing something that's uncomfortable. I'll just put that word out in my head, and then I'll just start drawing on the paper. And so as I see these little paths going off and getting stuck, I consciously open them up so that there's a way out. Yeah. And as I'm doing that, like you said, it just calms me down, gets me into a mellow place. It's just awesome. So we'll put links up there for people that want to check that out.
That'd be great.
So you are incredibly busy. You're homeschooling. You've got lots of art events. You're very involved in the community. How do you balance all this with your creative time?
Oh, that's a great question. I invested in a calendar with boxes about this big, so I can write all this. I don't know how I balance it. I just balance it by just telling myself I can do it, really. Like, if there's only been a handful of times just recently as school was wrapping up that things were just like too busy. Like, baseball was ending, as ballet was ending, as an art show is starting, and I have to hang up art in another place. That only happened just recently. So really, I do feel busy, but it feels fulfilling. I feel like everybody's getting to do what they want to do, and I'm getting involved. I don't know, there's something about being involved with people that as an artist, I can't sit here all the time, be by myself. I need to be engaging with other people, I need to be showing them that art is important, and I don't really know the answer why it's important, but maybe the only importance is connection with other people. And I feel like that's really important for me to keep doing and being involved in, or else I'm going to be very lonely. I don't want to be lonely artists. I like connecting with other artists, or even people who just appreciate art, obviously. Like, I want them to see art and appreciate it. I don't know. How do I balance it though? I don't know. I just wake up and I look at my calendar and I go make it all happen.
Do you ever get stuck?
Do I ever get stuck? Oh yeah, all the time.
And so how do you break out of that?
I think back to what you do, because I can do, maybe that's why I do so many.
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Let me give you a scenario. While my acrylic paint is drying on something, I will go and transfer to crochet. I will make a little fidget toy. And then once that's done, I'll go back. If it's not ready, I'll start on a watercolor, or maybe like it's my friend's birthday and I want to make her a greeting card. Okay, watercolor a greeting card really quick. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. I think that's why I like so many mediums, because I can switch through. I can't sit still. That is really what it is. I cannot sit still, and I don't get stuck a whole lot. If I get stuck, then I'm either sick or sad or something like that, or or I'm trying to, like, sometimes I feel like I'm trying to unlock like the next thing that I want to do, and when I'm stuck trying to figure that out, I just go outside, or I go I don't know, there's like a little voice in my head that like kind of leads me to wherever I need to go to unlock it. And I just follow that voice, that inclination, and I go make it happen.
And now, a word from our sponsor. And today, that would be me. If you're creating, growing, or figuring things out, encouragement matters. The Sock Monkey Oracle card deck is something really special. It's like having a creative friend you can turn to when you need reassurance, clarity, or a gentle reminder that you're doing way better than you think. You can find it on Amazon, and it's there for those moments when you need support without judgment. That's the Sock Monkey Oracle. Find it on Amazon today. Now, back to our show. You've done a lot of juried shows and exhibitions. You've really been putting yourself out there, which is so good. What has that taught you about yourself?
That my voice matters. That I'm just, I don't know, yeah, that my voice matters. You know, everybody has a story, and mine's important. And I didn't think it was. I just thought, I'm just a mom. What does it matter? Oh, it matters. It matters a lot. And, you know, the little things that I'm going through, I can paint about them and connect with other moms.
You're definitely not one to wade in the pool. You dive in. And so I'm a diver too, so I can relate. What risks have you taken that led you somewhere totally unexpected?
The Placer Artist Tour. When I first did the Placer Artist Tour, I was terrified. I was like, I don't do big pieces that take a long time to make. I don't feel like I do big pieces that cost a lot of money. Anyway, I didn't feel up to par, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go see what it's like. And my gosh, they provided so many opportunities. The list goes on, but like, because I did that, I was chosen for the Auburn Symphony to be one of their artists on their brochures and to promote all their shows. And so I got to have my art up at the the Auburn Symphony's Art in the Park. That flung that door wide open. I got paid for that. They set it up in front of everybody at the performance. They thank you for making it. I mean, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is too much. And then there was a hotel. There's a hotel up in Auburn that has all the first-time artists come and show their art. And so everybody who's interested in seeing all the first-time artists, they come for that night. There's a huge reception, and everybody talks and mingles and looks at your art and asks you questions. And it was just like, wow, if I had said no, I wish I would have said yes a long time ago, but I didn't know about it. But you know what? Once I found out about it and I just did it, oh, the reward was just incredible. I couldn't believe it. And now I love being on the Placer Artist Tour. I don't know, like, I feel like so many things happen because I said yes to that. So many things.
You know, that's a good, when you think about life in general, just saying yes.
Yeah.
Opens up so many doors rather than thinking about it, well, maybe, or, you know, just going for it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think everybody's creative. And so what do you think the big misunderstanding is for people who don't think they're creative?
Well, I think it has to do with time and and what you value. If it is something that you have done in the past and you long to do it, like, you just have to give yourself that time and that permission to see the value in it. And I think if you are overwhelmed and you are you don't mind having like a little messy house, or like just make yourself a little space, like a little desk. This desk is really small, but it holds my little things and, you know, whatever. And that's my little messy space. I love my little messy space. I think that's what, yeah, some people don't value it, and that's okay. I value it. I value it a lot. I notice when I do it, I am healthier mentally and maybe not physically, but that's okay. I can do other things, but that's not true. I go out, like if you go outside and you go sit in the shade, and you know, that's really good for your health. And I feel like more people should invest in that. And it doesn't matter if 1 million people see your art. If you just make it for you, then it was time well spent. If you just make it for your family, it was time well spent. It doesn't, I don't know. That's what I think. People don't see that. You don't see me sitting at the baseball field in the shade. Oh, some people do if they're there at the baseball field. But like, you don't understand what that's doing for me. I'm hearing people walk behind me say, oh my gosh, look, she's painting. Oh, that's so nice. You know, like, and whispering, oh, I wonder what she's doing. How long is that? And then they're asking. And so like that is huge to me. I love to hear that. I don't get that when I'm sitting here by myself. But when you're outside, getting that vitamin D, getting that fresh air, and you're taking that time to make something, it is so valuable, so worth it. And I wish more people would invest in doing that for themselves. Yeah.
Is there a medium or project that you've been wanting to do that you haven't got to yet?
Not yet. I'm in the middle of a project that I'm creating, but it is it's in the works. It's a big wooden canvas. I like to use wooden canvases that are framed because the work is already done for me. And then I can just paint on there. I don't need glass. I don't need a frame. It's already done. So, and it is large, but I have taken it to a lake to paint on it. But I just wanted a visual of the connections that I've made on social media, because I was feeling lonely recently, and I don't know, there's just something about like that number not moving at all, or like every time I'd post something, the number would go down. And I was like, that's not supposed to happen. I was like, I really want this number to go up. I want to make more connections and friends with people. So I started making a painting where every brush stroke, and it is a neurographic doodle, technically. It's just very large scale. And it's visual data, I guess. Data visualization. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know all the technical terms, but it's like, I wanted to see how many followers I had. And so now it's growing, and I called it the ripple effect. I'm calling it the ripple effect. And at this moment, it has exactly 6,000 brush strokes. But wow, my number keeps growing, and so I keep working on it. And I don't know what the next project is. That's my first real project that I've been wanting to work on just for me. Except for like some portraits that I've been doing of my family and stuff. So still working on those too, slowly but surely. They'll be at the Plaza Artist Tour though. Yeah.
So where can people find out more about you?
I have a website with all my links, and you can buy prints from me, or just follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and yeah. Fun.
As we're wrapping up, I was just thinking, what do you wish you knew when you first started that you know now?
Maybe that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I'm making art for anybody else other than myself. Just make it for myself. Make it for my family. Some of my most cherished art pieces are ones my grandma made. Okay? So she made that for me And I want to do that for my kids. I want to pass that on to them and instill the love of arts into them, which they all have that. It's just they're all different, which makes me so happy. It's like, anyway. So I wish that I just didn't feel like I had to make art for anybody else other than myself.
I love that. I love that because that's really what it all boils down to.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, Tiffany.
Thank you, Shannon.
You've inspired me in real life as well as during this podcast. So that's a wrap, guys. We will see you next time. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share so that I can bring more inspiring episodes to you. Bye bye.